If you're looking for scary paranormal stories, I'm sorry, but you won't find them here. I have experienced paranormal events beginning in childhood, almost 6 decades, and only a couple of them have been scary. I know that there are many people who have had very terrifying paranormal experiences, but I have been very lucky to not have encountered those. My paranormal experiences leave me with a feeling of wonder, awe, and gratitude at having been given such gifts. My very first paranormal experience that I can remember was when I was around 5 or 6 years old. My family and I lived in a small trailer house, a tiny little tin can of a thing. My parents had a back bedroom, and I used to love lying back there on weekends, reading and being lost in the world of children's picture books. One day, when it was raining, and I could hear the rain gently pelting on our metal-covered roof, I was laying in bed, on my side, with my back toward the door, when all of a sudden, I felt someone on the other side of the bed sit down. It was a distinct feeling of someone's weight pressing down on the bed. Since my back was turned to it, I assumed it was my mom, and that I had just not heard her come in. I turned and looked to see what she wanted, but nobody was there. I was a bit startled because I was certain that I felt somebody sit down on the bed. After thinking about it for a moment, I decided to dismiss it and to continue reading my book. About 15 minutes later, it happened again. I distinctly felt a person sit down on the other side of the bed. I absolutely felt it. So I turned really quickly to catch who it was, thinking maybe one of my little brothers was playing a prank. But again, there was nobody there. When it happened again, it really bothered me. I was not afraid, I just didn't understand what was happening. I decided to tell my mom about it. I got out of bed and went into the kitchen where my mom was. I told her what had happened, and how I had felt somebody sitting on the bed beside me as I lay there reading. I told her it happened twice. My mom was quiet for a moment, and then she said, "It's probably relatives coming to check in on you and make sure that you're okay." I immediately got a sense of comfort, knowing that my relatives in the spirit world were checking in on me and making sure that I was okay. I asked her a couple more questions, and she told me about some paranormal experiences that she had had in her life. My family is from the Great Sioux Nation, also known as the Lakota. Our entire culture is based on the belief that we are part of a much bigger spiritual world, that there are unseen forces all around us, and we are all connected to and part of nature, earth, stars, the spirit world, everything. They are all our relatives. And I am thankful that I was taught to not be afraid of paranormal events, and to know that they are real and a very natural part of the mysterious world that we live in, because they would happen frequently and throughout my entire life. Of course, Western science says this is all bullcrap. According to the website Psychology Today, a felt presence is a phenomenon where you feel that someone or some entity is near you, sometimes accompanied by an actual hallucination of some form. The phenomenon occurs in sleep paralysis, but also in certain neurological conditions. It can even be induced in healthy people while they're awake. But as much as Western science wants to deny the existence of anything outside of the material world, it is a fact that there are paranormal happenings going on all over the world. Throughout recorded history, people have had many premonitions, telepathic communications, deathbed visits, near-death experiences, an entire army of paranormal experiences and unexplained events. The list of weird, strange things happening all over the world just goes on and on. I am so grateful that I know the spirit world, the etheric realm, the afterlife, whatever you want to call it, does truly exist. Otherwise, I would be one of those people who thinks I'm going bonkers. It is truly a shame that people are forced to hide away these beautiful gifts that are given to us by the spirit world because they get made fun of and told they are nuts by a society that thinks it has all the answers to everything. But to get back to my story, from that day until the age of about 21, I had many such bedroom visits. Reading a good book, laying in the sun, quiet in my thoughts, and someone invisible sitting next to me. I have had some living room couch visits too. That feeling of someone sitting down next to me on the couch was also a common paranormal experience. I used to get great comfort from those visits. I felt that I was loved. Someone who wasn't even in this world anymore was making sure that I was okay. Those visits from the spirit realm ended when I was around 20 or 21 years old. Interestingly enough, I had my first palm reading when I was around 27, and the woman who read my palm told me that I had many spirits who watch over me. But a really powerful one from my childhood left when I was in my early 20s. That sent a shiver down my back because I realized for the first time that I had not had a bedside visitation in a long, long time. I treasure those visits, even though they don't happen anymore. And I am thankful that I had powerful beings watching over me. Have you ever had these types of visitations? That feeling of someone sitting down next to you? If so, I would love to hear your true paranormal stories. Send them to my email address in the description, and I will share them on my channel. Thank you for listening to my story. This is a true paranormal experience that I have had. And I have many, many more stories about weird phenomenon that I've encountered. I have also had out-of-body experiences, mystical experiences, and some weird stuff having to do with aliens. If you like this content, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for future updates. Until next time, I hope you have a magical day out in the strange paranormal world that we live in.